I think what he's thinking about is being free, spending time with family, breathing the air, and seeing him coming out of that prison with his little pot plant is just so sweet. And yeah, I just I think he just needs time to come back down to earth.
Well, and I don't have the link to it right here, but it reminds me of a video that we did here on the World Crypto Network where we interviewed someone that was supporting Free Ross. And I took a video of an animation that Ross had made from inside prison. And I think it was a very similar plant featured in that video. And it was kind of a he is a dying plant in prison metaphor. And it was
Mm.
an amazing little film and an amazing to do animation by hand. Horrible to have that much time. So, yes, it's very great that Ross is free. I think the media is not going to take it as well. I think this is a surprisingly supportive show for Ross, even if I want to talk about, the actual, the way it looks from above. But much of the media is pillaring him, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out because, like I said, he's going to get a documentary, probably a book. He's going to be at the Bitcoin conferences. Maybe he'll get on TV. You mentioned in the show before, someone mentioned Snowden. Maybe this is a similar situation to Snowden or what's it, Julian Assange, maybe, or one of the other ones. It's just what an interesting and amazing end to this story. How completely unlikely. Like even with the Trump like promise and the Libertarian Convention and all these other things, there's other things he promised, putting a libertarian in his cabinet, paying for renovations on his house, whatever it is. He doesn't pay for a lot of things, but this time he came through. And I just think it's an amazing ending to this story, Josh. We have so many of these stories that we cover over and over again. I think we might have missed it in the roundup, but the guy who had the hard drive in the garbage dump, I think that one's over as well. He just lost his court case. They're not going to let him look through the garbage dump because it violates the privacy of other people if he found other hard drives. So that one's over too. But what a surprising end to the Ross Ulbricht story. Freed, still a relatively young man, and completely pardoned. But let's go to the exit question. We need to predict the price of Bitcoin before we move on, Josh. As
Hmm.
everyone knows, this is how people choose their portfolios. It's how they set things. They don't have hunches or they don't use charts. They just decide on what this says. So, Josh, this
Look,
time next week, will the price of Bitcoin be higher or lower?
according to my underpants, it's going to be higher.
Higher is always good.